All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. We're going to get started here in about 20 seconds or so. And thank you all for joining. There we go. All right, we'll get started with our pledges. I'll pledge the United States flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas flag pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Our campus mission: develop young men into impactful leaders through the development of their intellectual, moral, physical, social, and emotional skills in the global society of tomorrow. Our campus vision: the school of today for tomorrow's leaders. Motto: believe, achieve, succeed. Our core beliefs: campus core, engagement, encouragement, exposure, environment, excellence. Student core: academia, brotherhood, character, perseverance, service. Our campus creed: we are the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy. We believe in the transformative powers of knowledge and wisdom. We believe that success is brought about by perseverance, not chance. We know our actions are governed by strength of character rather than whims of emotion. We resist excuses, holding ourselves accountable for our actions. We are successful through honesty, humility, and the pursuit of intellectual excellence. We are loyal to our family. We are our brother's keeper. We are committed to our community. We are servants of mankind. We have the audacity to hope. We have the audacity to succeed. We are the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy. And now for our school song.
We are the brothers of BOMLA with the goal of becoming best in the USA. We believe perseverance, not chance, is a way to achieve. Our actions are governed by character, honesty, humility. Excuses don't exist. We are loyal to our family, committed to our community, servants of mankind and humanity. We have the audacity to hope and succeed. We are the brothers of Barack Obama, Male Leadership Academy. We have the audacity to hope and succeed. We have the audacity to believe, achieve, succeed. We are the brothers of Barack Obama, Male Leadership Academy. Believe, achieve, succeed.
And now for a moment of silence. All right, thank you all very much. And I'm here in the main office, so everyone in the main office got a nice treat hearing me sing. So I always start the day off nice when you get to hear me sing. But I wanted to focus everyone on line 3. We made that correction. We believe that success is brought about by perseverance, not chance. I know I've mentioned this before, you all, but set a goal. You know, life should be about achieving goals. That's what I say a lot. Like that's what happiness is setting goals and achieving. So set goals and then persevere. Make sure that if you decide to do something, you do it. Right? We do have a speaker today, so I'm going to open it up for announcements. And I have just 1 or 2 announcements, but what announcements do we have? I'll check for birthdays too. Okay. If we don't have any announcements, y'all, we can take a look at these birthdays. Oh, we do. Okay, Mr. Wood, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Do I have, I don't have share capabilities. Can I get share capabilities real quick? But this announcement is for middle schoolers. And so for all middle schoolers, we are creating our middle school esports team. And so if you are interested in joining that middle school esports team, the information is right there on your screen. Go ahead and take a moment to look at that. The games that we're offering this year are Rocket League, Fortnite, NBA 2K, Madden, Minecraft, which is a survival version of Minecraft. So it'll be water guns and whoever's the last man standing. It's a single player. You'll be doing that. Also, Pokemon Unite, Knockout City, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate are all going to be offered. So again, middle schoolers, if you are interested, go ahead and take out your device, get that QR code. Go ahead and give us your information. We are still forming teams. And so depending on the number of people who are interested, we might have to whittle it down based on abilities and everything else. So Ms. Robinson and I will be discussing that, and we'll be forming everything, getting everything together for you, and we'll be getting more information out to you. So again, if you are interested at all, go here or the Leadership Lounge. If you don't get it right now, it is posted on the Leadership Lounge. All right, thank you guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Wood. And what other announcements do we have?
It looks like Mr. Evans' hand is raised. Mr. Jackson, I don't know if you heard me, but Mr. Evans has his hand raised.
Oh, go ahead. He's unmuted. I'm sorry, Mr. Evans. I have a couple things going on here. I apologize. Go ahead, Mr. Evans. Mr. Evans, you're unmuted. You can make your announcement. Okay, we'll come back to Mr. Evans. Any other announcements? All right, y'all. We do have a couple birthdays, or I'm saying a couple. We do have at least one birthday. I haven't checked the slide, but I did want to make the announcement. There is Mr. Shatoni. The AC is on. You all, I know there was a little couple thoughts going around that said, did Mr. Jackson turn the AC off so y'all wouldn't wear those hoodies? Well, I mean, the thought did cross my mind, but no, I didn't do that. I didn't turn the AC off. But thank you all for not wearing those hoodies yesterday. I saw one or two, and so we're going the right direction. But the AC is back on. There was an issue with I don't know what the technical issue was, but the supervisor came out this morning and then fixed it. So you should be able to feel the air, and hopefully very soon the building will be back to its normal cold setting. All right, and let me share my screen real quick so we can recognize these birthdays. And so for the 21st, you all, happy birthday to Brother Eric Diaz Linares, 6th grade. Happy birthday, Brother Eric. And happy birthday to Brother Jonathan Warren, 7th grade. Happy birthday, Brother Jonathan. And happy birthday to Brother Frederick Walton, 8th grade. Happy birthday, brothers. Let me give you a little of the PJ Panda. And
yeah. I heard it was somebody's birthday. I heard it was somebody's birthday. Yeah. PJ Panda birthday song. Yeah. Yeah. Today is your birthday. We gon' say it loud. Today is your birthday. I know you're so proud. Today is your birthday. We gon' turn out. About to throw a party, get it lit and wild out. Cut the cake and we gon' say happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to.
When you all see these three young men, please wish them a happy birthday. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. And did we get Mr. Evans back? Any other announcements, you all? All right, we do have a guest speaker this morning, and Miss Garrett and Mr. Akbar, have you all given our speaker the, okay, all right. All right.
Hi there. Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, of course. My name is Caritza Mariani, and I am joining you guys right down the way from Paul Quinn College. And I wanted to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about what it is I do, like my career in education. And then since it is Hispanic Heritage Month, talk a little bit about being Puerto Rican. So thank you for having me. And so I know that you guys have first hour soon, so I'm gonna get through this kind of quickly. This is just a little bit of my background. I'm from Minnesota. So I don't know if any of you have been that far north up in the cold, but it is in fact as cold as what they say. My mother is an educator. She helps people buy homes for the first time, mostly Spanish speaking people. And then my father also is an educator of sorts. He works in the Minnesota State House of Representatives. So he is a representative for Minnesota, and he chairs the education committee. So growing up in Minnesota, I always felt like I was destined to be somewhere in education. This is my big family. Those of you that have lots of cousins and siblings know what it's like to be in the big family, and I am the oldest. So I was always taking care of everybody. And having that in my background definitely helped me get ready for education, because these were my first students, my family. All four of my grandparents were born on the island of Puerto Rico, and none of them finished high school. So for us, it was important to set goals and make them for them. I've got a couple of degrees so far, might get one more in there, but I went to Augsburg, which is in Minneapolis, for an undergrad in education, and then for my master's in equity and diversity in education from the University of Illinois. And from there, I started doing what we generally call youth work. I wanted to be a second grade classroom teacher. And then when I did my student teaching, it just wasn't the thing for me. So I went into what we call out of school time. So planning after school and summer activities. And these are a few pictures of the things I've done before. I have worked with ELL youth and their families who are learning English, are new to this country from Asia and Central America and Africa. And I also have run sports and arts programs, African American male leadership group, and social justice organizing for young people to get involved in their communities and figure out what it is they want to change. And all of this led me right down the street from you guys to Paul Quinn College. And now I am living the HBCU life, which if you are from the North is completely different from anything going on in Minnesota or Wisconsin or Iowa. And I play a number of roles there. I coach cheerleading and dance. Those are my girls down there. I advise all of the athletes, and so I make sure that they stay on track to play sports. So you got my soccer players there, some of the basketball teams. And then for those of you that are in middle school interested in that esports, a lot of colleges now have esport teams. And so you could even get like a scholarship to do NCAA esports nowadays. And we're starting our first team next year. And then I do retention. And so that means doing whatever I need to do to support the students so they stay in college and get to that graduation day, which of course is our favorite day of the year. And one note about how I got here, I had a opportunity. I took what is called a fellowship. And hopefully you guys will get to know this word when you're in college. A fellowship is like a scholarship to do something, usually something pretty cool. And mine was to go to Salzburg, Austria. And if you don't know where that is, I didn't either. I had to look it up. But it is over in Europe by Germany. And I got to go to a conference with people that work with underrepresented students of color all across the world. It was really far away from home, and I was really nervous about going. Everything was in German. Once I got there, I stayed at a castle, but I wanted to kind of bring it up because you really never know where an opportunity can lead you, and then who it can introduce you to. In that group of people down there taking that picture would be my next boss, President Michael Sorrell. That's where I met him in Salzburg, Austria. So you just kind of never know. And then I wanted to tell you a little bit about my heritage since it is Hispanic Heritage Month. I am Puerto Rican. You'll recognize probably the Puerto Rican flag up there, but there's also a flag next to it for the Taíno Nation. And those are the native people of Puerto Rico. And the Taínos called the island Borinquen. And so that's why sometimes in like rap music and reggaeton songs, you'll hear the word Boricua. We are Boricuas because we are from the island of Borinquen. That's what our original name was. And then down here at the bottom, I am teaching dance to a little one. Bomba is the traditional dance of Puerto Rico. And it is an awesome culmination of the cultures that make up Puerto Rico. So the island was inhabited for hundreds of years by native people, Taínos, and they had a way of making percussion instruments. Hopefully you've ever heard or played a maraca. That is a traditional native instrument. And then Africans were brought here by way of the slave trade. They were brought to Puerto Rico and a lot of the other Caribbean islands before they were even brought to like Mississippi and New Orleans and places here down south. And so with them, they brought the beat of Africa, of West Africa. And so they had this way of making drums and bringing their music with them. And then the Spaniards, who were the colonizers of the island, brought with them their traditional dress. So you'll see here some of the women covered kind of head to toe in this very conservative dress. And the dance itself was danced on Sundays, which would be the day off from work, and gathering in what is similar here, what we call a plantation. And that music would kind of carry, because as you guys know, during slavery, a lot of people were separated from their loved ones and their friends and families. And so they use the beat of the drum and the music to kind of carry the message of what is going on. In our dance, the dancer is actually the producer of the song. So he or she dictates how the drummer plays, and that carries a song with it. And so for that, it helps keep people connected, and connectedness is really what I pull on often. My boss calls me a wayfinder. I just kind of help people find their way. And then for me, to help people find their way, I try to help them know where they come from. I help them make connections to whatever they need to succeed. So that's all I have. Thank you guys. I don't know if you guys do question and answers because it looks like there's a lot of students here, but I'm definitely game, or I left my email address there as well.
And thank you very much, Mrs. Mariano. We have plenty of time for questions, you all. So, thank you for sharing your story and your culture. That's something that we said at least we want to have 4 speakers for Hispanic Heritage Month, and thank you very much for agreeing to speak with our brothers. So we will definitely open it up to questions. We're a little bit early for them to open up, but that.
Oh, I know it. I also have a daughter in 8th grade who helped me put this together last night. And she was like, Mom, no one's going to ask questions. I said, okay.
Last night I was listening.
You would know best.
I was listening to Celia Cruz, and I'm
All
not
right.
from Cuba, but you know, that's just really interesting, that mix of the cultures. And I taught Spanish for 8 years in Dallas ISD,
Okay.
and I'd always tell my students that, you know, all over North America, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, it's all a mixture of the native culture, the African cultures, and whatever European culture that came over here. And
You're right.
that's what we are here. You know, we're all a mixture.
Yeah, yeah, and we really, all come from the same place, which I think is the coolest part about exploring culture. For those of you that haven't studied the African diaspora, that means that there are people from places in Africa that are spread all over the world. And when we perform bomba, I had a time in Minneapolis where there was a group of 4 Ghanaian women from Ghana, who came up literally in tears because they had been in Minnesota for about 12 years and hadn't heard music from their home. And we weren't playing specific Ghana music, but the connection is real because all of our ancestors had been through these very similar experiences, and those traditions that we hold on to are so important because had we let them go, we wouldn't have these kind of shared experiences together. So yeah, I grew up learning traditional Afro-Caribbean dance, and then later ran the dance school that I learned in. So I was able to teach others as well.
Absolutely, and thank you. Mr. Shatoni had a question. He said, "Is there a YouTube video of that?" What were you asking about, Mr. Shatoni?
Of the bomba? Yeah, for sure. Lots of videos. My favorite is definitely a video of my daughter doing bomba when she was little, and my cousin who is performing. I'll throw it in the chat. And then Mr. Avila and Mr. Evans both know performers in this video. And I don't know if I can share it with everybody on the screen because I don't know if the audio will work, but I'll leave the link. And so someone asked, how important would you say travel is and to see other parts of the world? I am from St. Paul, Minnesota, which is it's a larger urban city with St. Paul and Minneapolis. But I come from the West Side, and my neighborhood is real small. And I think that it was a really big deal for me to leave and go to Europe and experience something new. What I would say about travel, especially when you're in college and you can take advantage of studying abroad and fellowships, things like that. It's always nice to travel when you don't have to pay for it out of pocket, right? You can work it into your tuition, get some credits and things like that. I think each one of those experiences lets you see the world a little bit differently, and then it lets you see people differently. And we're having kind of a problem with that here in this country, right? Like we only want to see things our way. And when you don't agree, you kind of hit a wall, and it's stopping us from being able to build what should be, a democracy that is working together and working on behalf of others and including everybody. And so for me, I think travel opens up those doors and opportunities so you can see and experience something different, and then kind of get a different understanding of how people think and live and work.
And that's an excellent segue, Mr. Evans, about the opportunity to travel and study abroad. I'm not sure if you want to unmute, but I do have that video. Also, I'll put that video. I have it queued up already.
Okay.
But go ahead, Mr. Evans. It's all you.
Yeah. While Principal Jackson cues up that video, Thank you. And thank you, Miss, I don't even know what to call you, Kadi. Thank you, Karitsa, for speaking. You guys, you know that here at BOMLA, you don't have to wait until college to study abroad or to travel overseas. You can travel overseas right now as a high school student by taking advantage of opportunities through CIEE and coming to the Friends of BOMLA office and saying, hey, Mr. Evans, I would like to study abroad. Is there a grant that I can apply for? Can you help us apply for this so that my family can afford to study abroad and send me to wherever? We've had students go to Spain. We've had students go to Japan, Chile, Germany. The list goes on. And so please take advantage of all that's in front of you.
Right, well, thank you, Mr. Evans. I will let you all take a look at this video. Is there any introduction you want to give to it?
Yeah, I'd say it's a little long, so maybe just a couple of minutes. But really what you see here are drummers on a stage. And like I said, the tradition going back, 400 or 500 years would be that drummers would gather in what we call el bate, which is like the plantation, like an opening in the plantation gathering space. And so there is like a chorus of drummers that keep a beat, and then there's one main drummer who is following a dancer, and the dancer is telling a story. So if he or she is moving really fast and excited, maybe this story is something happy, joyful, like a baby is coming. If there is something kind of slow and somber, maybe somebody passed or is ill. Maybe it's kind of romantic and someone's going to get married soon. And so the dancer tells the story, and it's the drummer's job to articulate the story out to the audience. The singer there is my cousin, Maria Isa. The drummer with the hat is my cousin, Luis. And the main dancer is my cousin, Ariana, who Mr. Evans knows. And the little dancer that's going to come out of the audience is my daughter when she was about 2 years old. And I guess the drums just moved her. So you guys can take a look.
All right, so should I start it from the beginning? Okay. All right, thank you very much for sharing that video with us.
Of course. I hope you guys don't find my daughter on social media. She will probably never speak to me again. So But yes, thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me show, some of these cultural ties. Puerto Rico is such an awesome, unique place. Still very much under the US's umbrella, which would be the nice word that I'll use. But travel to Puerto Rico and back is really easy. You don't need a passport. And so if families, were looking for like, a cool vacation to get a completely different culture, but not super difficult, Puerto Rico is an awesome place to explore, get some really awesome food. And, now you guys know bomba, you guys can jump right in when you hear the drums.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Mariani. Are there any other questions? All right, you all. Thank you very much, Mrs. Mariani, again for joining us. And we're looking for 3 more speakers. So if you know anyone else who would be able to give our brothers some exposure to Hispanic culture, we would really appreciate that opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. All right, before we go, you all, are there any announcements? Are there any other concerns that we need to address?
Mr. Jackson, I think that my announcement might have gotten cut off with technology issues earlier.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead, Mr. Evans.
All right. Good morning, guys. So my name is Mr. Evans. Many of you probably have seen me walking around campus. I am the executive director of Friends of Barack Obama Male Leadership. So you see that big sign that's near the stairwell that has Friends of Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy on it. Myself and Mr. Chris are in that office, and we are here for you guys. One of the things that we're working on this week, and we know that you guys are working on and preparing for in your house challenges, is a tie tying competition. And so we're looking for 1 or 2 brothers today during lunch who can tie a tie in under 30 seconds and have themselves recorded. All right, I'll show you an example when I see you guys at lunch, but I'm looking for 1 or 2 that can be standout guys that are going to tie their tie in under 30 seconds and call out some of our celebrities here in Dallas to tie their ties as well. So we're talking about Dak Prescott, we're talking about Dirk Nowitzki, and a couple of other folks. So when you see me and you think that you've got it and you're ready, holler at me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Evans. Or any other announcements, you all? I do just have 1 more, you all, and please make sure that we're being thoughtful about our choices with these restrooms. I can get really creative, and I can get really creative. So if it comes down to us, having someone sit in the restroom and just have one open, I can get even more creative than that. So let's just be thoughtful on our choices. And I'm looking for a name, and I'm looking for the right name of the person who made that choice to defecate in the urinal. All right, so I'm looking for a name. And again, not just any name, I'm looking for the right name. And so please share that name with me. You can be very discreet. You have my email address. Look it up on the website if you need to. But I'm looking for the right name, and we can just verify that our brothers went into the restroom at that time, and we can also see the other brothers who were in there. So again, be thoughtful, you all, because I can sit up real late at night thinking of ways to make sure we have access to at least one restroom. All right. Any other questions? All right, you all, please make sure that if your advisory group has not completed and emailed those or shared by Google, if you haven't completed your belief statements, that you take care of that today so that you can have that task finished, because we want to have 100%, or pardon me, we will have 100% our participation so that we can move on to step 2. All right, y'all, make it a great day at Bamla, and I will see you in the hallway.